Hello, I'm Brian Dillon, and I'd like to talk to you briefly about success and motivation. I started studying success when I was 19 years old. I went to work for a man who told me that he could teach me how to be successful. And from the very first day, he started working on my attitude and taught me some pretty unique life philosophies. And one day he said something to me that I thought was profound. He said, "Brian, the difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is that successful people are willing to do the things that unsuccessful people aren't." And I thought, wow, I'd always been taught that successful people were lucky or crooked. So this was pretty interesting information. And he said, "Brian, you're 19 years old, you're broke, you're driving a Pinto, you're gonna have to do things that most people aren't willing to do. Are you willing to do them?" And I said, "Yes, sir, I am." And he said, "Then I'm gonna start you on a reading program." And I went, I hate reading. But he said, "Read these books, they'll triple your income." So I started reading these books on success. And I studied all the different things and I applied them and I worked them, I used them, and guess what? It worked. Even after being financially wiped out at one point in my life, I was able to retire by 53. So all of this stuff worked. But as I was reflecting on it, I thought, they just didn't go deep enough into motivation. Because what I found is so many people, they know what to do, but they're not doing it. I was a sales manager and I had people that were beautiful and brilliant and well-trained, but they weren't living up to their potential. And ask yourself, what could you do if you were really motivated? What would your life look like if you would just mind yourself? See, everything comes down to motivation. And not just getting motivated, but maintaining that motivation. And most people don't know how to do that. So I wrote Staying Motivated. And this not only teaches you how to get yourself motivated and how to develop that self-discipline, but how to program your subconscious mind so that self-discipline becomes automatic, almost effortless. You've got to program your subconscious mind because it's not about getting fired up. It's about sustaining that motivation. And that's one thing I learned. When it comes to motivation, if it doesn't last, it doesn't count. We'll go into more inside the book. Thanks for listening.